Rick Smith.
Here.
Howard Solomon.
Here.
Everybody please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, public comment. Members of the public who wish to speak to the board should complete a request card prior to the meeting. This section of the meeting will be reserved for comments from the public. All comments should be limited to 3 minutes. Criticism of individuals is not in order. Because we had a significant amount of comments tonight, all regarding the same topic, we are going to invoke Board Policy 2-2230. In the interest to conserve time and give the maximum number of individuals an opportunity to speak, as well as allow each individual 1 minute to address the board. No speaker will be allowed to speak on another's behalf. We would ask that all parties be respectful during this meeting. 15?
Yes.
Okay. Janie Moore.
Madam President, where does one usually stand?
Right there is fine.
Right there?
Yep.
My name is Reverend Dr. Jane Ann Moore. I'm the former co-pastor of the First Congregational Church. I live at 119 Windsor. I come to this board room several times over the years urging the hiring of a more diverse school faculty. In recent years, some minority teachers have been hired, but we have further to go to get to 15% of the faculty, which will reflect 15% of the minority population in the city. A diverse teaching faculty is essential to prepare our students for success in the modern world. And it is also essential for the economic growth of DeKalb. Your decision this morning will reduce the modest diversity in this district.
Ma'am, that's 1 minute. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll first. Okay, thank you. William Moore is next.
I reside at 119 Windsor Drive in DeKalb. My name is William Moore. I've been a pastor here in this town for over 29 years. And I am here to tell you that this is a very important social, cultural, administrative, and a question for the whole community. And please, please take this seriously for all of the implications that are involved in this. I am amazed that I have been reduced without a microphone, without a stand, without an opportunity to speak for 3 minutes. I earnestly request that my remarks that deal with the excessive use of arbitrary administrative authority in this situation be discussed. And I am giving you these minutes of my speech, these copies of my speech, well prepared, and spent many hours discussing, as have many of my colleagues and friends here. And I want to object to this policy that you are now using. I submit these to, I don't know who I submit them to, you're the one that seems to be in charge. And I'm amazed at this procedure and at this time.
One more out first, we will clear the room, okay? That it's not allowed during public comment, okay? Thank you. Wendy Atkinson.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This lady that you're about ready to vote
She is the most upstanding principal I have ever come to know in the DeKalb School District. I've had one other son who graduated from the high school. And with that one, the school districts have not been able to keep my son intact, or not intact, but accounted for. They've lost my son 3 times and he's been in school. So my opinion of the school district as it is really not the greatest until I've had the chance to meet Ms. Spears. She is the most upstanding principal I've ever come to know. She is very upbuilding. If my daughter had a problem, she would take her in and she would upbuild her. She would encourage her. She's also a mentor to my daughter. She was trying to help my daughter pass 5th grade on her way to 6th grade. This lady is the most phenomenal teacher and principal.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but time's up.
Thank you.
Reverend Mitchell?
The recommendation of termination by this administration is excessive. I'm tired of seeing excessive being applied to African Americans in this district. IEPs are disproportionately applied to African American males in this district. Discipline is disproportionately given to African Americans in this district. When does the excessiveness stop? If you decide to discipline in this case, termination is not necessary. Principal Spears is an asset to this community and to the school district, and she needs to be at Brooks in the fall. The mission of the school board says is to educate our children and to help them reach their potential while preparing them to contribute to the global society. Doubt you will find many parents or students who will say that Principal Spears does not embody the same mission. The concern of the school board should always be the education of our children. That means politics, nepotism, and cronyism should have no place in this board. I hope the fact that Principal Spears' office has been packed up by an employee of this district does not implicate that the decision has already been made in this hearing today as a formality. Thank you.
Nancy Richardson?
Good morning. I'm here to talk about my daughter who was bused from this area over to Brooks. This woman right here was the first time I've ever met her in my life. She was well, warm, everything to my daughter. I stood there for months watching her go to the school, not knowing that one person at that school. Her home school was in Lincoln, but I was sick and she didn't get to go to her home school. But this woman met me, I introduced her. My daughter didn't like men because she was abused. She introduced me to the teacher. She did all of this for my daughter. This is so wrong. People, this is wrong. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson?
It angers me that you all would try and terminate Ms. Spears over passing out books to the staff at Brooks, but transferred Assistant Principal Billette to another school after she and Officer Lockhart took my son off of school grounds, brought him to our home. They both entered my home, entered his bedroom, and told him to search his room and various parts of our home, all without our knowledge, permission, or presence. Not at any time did Ms. Spears put a child in danger, unlike Billette and Lockhart, and they both still have their jobs. If you fire her, you will take all the trust and security I have left in District 428. Please do not take the backbone of Gwendolyn Brooks Elementary School. Our children desperately need her. Our community needs her. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Meyer?
I ask permission to just stand
Sure,
here.
right there is fine, yep.
I was for many years, a social worker in DeKalb schools. And it concerns me, although I believe strongly in the separation of church and state, that this action was arbitrarily taken against this principal. We just now said a pledge under God, I noticed. And I hope that doesn't mean that all of you would be fired. I think it's something that could be discussed, and if this was found to be out of line, I'm sure it could be easily corrected without this drastic action. And I think you should take into account the good record of her school, which is scored very highly under her tutelage.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I can't read the last name. Lamar.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Yes, teacher, my name is Lamar William III Jr. I live at 711 Russell Road in DeKalb, Illinois. I'm not here as an employee today. I'm here as a citizen. I'd like to thank you all. Welcome to the new members. But I'd like to love them 1 minute. Love my comments, but I'm gonna have to short. In short, principals, Mrs. Spears, I'm sorry. Mrs. Spears and principals like her, really basically they're kind of outliers. You got a few other ones that kind of excel. And what I know it's kind of messing up the numbers, but basically what you have to do is either promote her up or something so she can help the other ones bring the scores up. It's a good fix, you know, because then other principals, you know, then people aren't upset. You know, I mean, it's like when you're coaching. When they mention that about the flag, it's like lunch money too. Everybody who has a dollar they read in God, we trust them. You know, coaching. What we spoke to earlier, Mr. Superintendent Moeller.
Yes.
I was talking about the other superintendent.
Sir, I'm sorry, your time's up.
Okay, but every coach prays. You know, the teams that win pray.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Priscilla Ross, please.
I'm Priscilla Voss. Many of you know me as Lolly. I'm a citizen of DeKalb, and I'm simply here to disagree with the dismissal of Ms. Sharon Spears. I'm here in her support. I feel she has been treated unfairly and unjustly.
Thank you. Larry McCoy.
Good morning, I'm Larry McCoy, aka Lorenzo. I'm the proud father of a very beautiful daughter at Glenlake Brooks Elementary and the proud spouse of a teacher there. And I have firsthand knowledge that under the tutelage of Principal Spears, she has exemplary educational background and she has kept the staff in line. And from what I can tell, that most of the people that are against her tutelage there are people who just have something out for her. It has nothing to do with the love of the children. She is about the children. My wife is about the children. I'm about the children. And all the teachers that I've seen are about the children, which is the #1 thing we're supposed to be talking about. So when I see a so-called witch hunt and there are no witches around, I have a problem with that. And I think I'm going to use the last few seconds just to say the same thing that we all have to say is, we love this woman here. We love our children, and we want to keep things the way that they are. Take out all the negativity, and then this world will be a better place.
Thank you. Missy Gillis.
Good morning, my name is Missy Gillis. I live at 737 Meridian Court in DeKalb, and I am the proud mother of Bailey Gillis, who has been at Brooks Elementary for 5 years. I really don't have much interest in this anymore because my daughter will no longer be at Brooks, so I think that's why it is even more important that I stand before you today. I have a master's degree in higher education. I've been around administrators my entire life. I've never seen a more dedicated professional woman than Ms. Spears, not only in the classroom, but outside and in the community. And one thought I want to leave you with is as it relates to the separation of church and state, we did say the Pledge of Allegiance, and when we had the tragedy at Northern Illinois University not too many years ago, our president and all the administrators stand up, and what is the first thing they do? They pray for those fallen students. I just wanted to keep that in your mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Garrett Smith.
My name is Derek Smith. I've been in the DeKalb community since 1972. I'm a co-founder of the multicultural committee that we have here in District 428. And I'm here to support Ms. Spears. And I think the thing that started to kick this whole thing off was when she made a move like that she made with the teacher in her school. When she had decided she wanted to get rid of the teacher, the board overruled her, which was the first time ever in district history that I know of, that a board overruled the principal's decision to do something with a teacher. And so what I've heard is the same teacher is about to get dismissed again tomorrow.
I'm sorry, we cannot talk about individuals. So I'm sorry, but it says clearly in the policy, we cannot talk about any individuals, and now you're referring to a teacher, so.
Well, because of this act, I think that's what started all these things rolling, where you had teachers conspired to get this sister out, because when we look at it, it was just a black principal that got rid of a white teacher.
Mr. Smith, it's time. Tammy?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tammy M. Sheeran, and I reside at 3853 South Point Drive here in DeKalb County. I've been here since the age of 8. I'm a product of this community school district, but of Sycamore, Illinois. I'm here to support Ms. Spears here. I also am a grandmother. I have 3 grandchildren that will be entering into the DeKalb School District here. I also used to work for DeKalb School District, so I was a teacher assistant. I have not seen African American males or women in this position of authority in DeKalb County in all my life here, till now. I do not appreciate what is happening right now. I do not agree with what's going on right now. And we need to leave a legacy for our children. This woman is exemplary in who she is and what she stands for. And we are all just here to support her. And if I had my way, I would make sure my grandkids did not go into this district. Thank you.
Dan Pistori?
Thank you.
I'll read as fast as I can. In 2008, the first of my 4 children began attending Brooks Elementary. I soon thereafter attended Rise and Shine, and my heart knew Brooks was the right place for my children. Mrs. Spears was responsible. As the years have gone by, my 3 youngest have entered, and I continue to be proud to have my children at Brooks. Personally, I've developed a relation with Ms. Spears. She has set the climate at Brooks. I am so grateful. I love the job she does and the person she is. In 2015, women, people of color, and Christians remained persecuted in the United States of America. I did not know for several years that Ms. Spears is Christian. She could be Jewish, Muslim, or Hindu, white, Hispanic, or Oriental, and I would want her moral values leading our children's school. Academic results at Brooks have improved under her tenure and speak for themselves. At the end of the day, I think she should stay.
Maria Pastor?
Good morning. As my husband just said, we've had 3 or 4 children at Brooks since 2008, which is when Ms. Spears started. Our oldest graduated last year, and we have 3 others still there. Ms. Spears has always been kind and respectful to me and my children. I've seen children running up to her and giving her hugs at Fall Fest, and she's given them love back. We need more people like Ms. Spears at our schools teaching our children how to be kind and respectful to other children as well as adults.
Thank you. Brenda Donnelly?
Brenda Donnelly, as a parent, Ms. Spears has been the principal for my daughter, niece, and nephews. She's encouraged and motivated them to be the best student they could be. As director of Good Life Academy, Ms. Spears has advised and consulted with me on how to have a great after-school program. She's taken the time to help me serve our children, and we need more principals like Ms. Spears, and I wish that you all would let her stay.
Thank you. Gina Who's next?
Ms. Spears runs a tight ship with a loving, inviting protection of her organization being Brooks Elementary. Ms. Spears promised me on my welcome to Brooks phone call, none of my children would be abused at Brooks Elementary. My daughter was abused formerly at Founders. I removed my child from the DeKalb School District because nothing was done for her last year. I then enrolled her in the Geneva School District. My daughter's hair was cut twice this year. I received calls home regarding the incident. All questions were answered in a caring manner. Ms. Spears made my children feel safe. She made them feel like family. My children saw Ms. Spears as a protector and always said Ms. Spears won't let anything happen to us. Yet, on 5/19 of 2015, I was advised from a former PTA board member, Ms. Spears is no longer with the school district.
Time's up, ma'am. Thank you. Sabrina?
Sabrina.
Sabina, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm coming with my daughter. I'm Sabine Kiliber. I came in America 10 years ago. I had my daughter Anna here in America. So Anna's first language is English, which one is not. Anna recites Pledge of Allegiance. Anna's love Mrs. Spears. She loved her school. She loved all her teachers. Mrs. Spears showed all the kids respect. And Anna knew how to respect each other and not bullying nobody. And Mrs. Spears put confidence in our kids with Rise and Shine. Okay, Anna loved Rise and Shine and recite the Pledge of Allegiance where I heard one nation under God and justice for all. For justice for all and one nation under God. Nobody knows my religion, but my daughter said one nation under God. We all under God, and please, justice for all. And she has something this is her gratitude journal with Mrs. Posega. And one of them showed that she showed gratitude to Mrs. Spears. And I wrote Mrs. Spears. She was in second grade.
Time is up.
Okay, she showed one of gratitude to Mrs. Spears.
Joseph Johnson?
How you doing? My name is Joseph Johnson. I said 2434 we want to DeKalb. I just want to say that Ms. Spears is a wonderful woman. All the kids look up to her, you know, and I was just in football camp with my son, when my wife touched the incident that went on with the assistant principal that went upstairs in his room and had him searched. And she was just excused to school, not fired, for one. For two, it's like when we sat there and we did the drills and everything with the coaches for the football team, with Cooper's father, what's his name? Tracy Williams, and everything was right there. We all sat in the middle of the field and we got on a knee and we said a prayer. So does that mean that he should be gone, that the coaches should be gone, or what? I just don't understand what the problem is.
Thank you. Gemini Sigler?
Good morning. My name is Gemini Sigler. I'm a parent from Brooks Elementary and Clinton Rosette. The abrupt and public manner in which Ms. Spears was removed from the school was unnecessary and disheartening. It is my understanding that the allegations brought against Ms. Spears were because she gave a booklet during Staff Appreciation Week to show appreciation to her staff. Cut short, is this a premature reaction to political pressure that denies her due process? The manner in which that you all are removing her from the school is questionable and warrants further investigation. The school, parents, and community were grossly interrupted with her removal, but during the school year, no one could tell us the reasoning for her dismissal. The academic performance of the students at Brooks speaks miles to her leadership capabilities. Ms. Spears is a professional, nurturing presence. I close with this. It will be a miscarriage of justice if you dismiss Ms. Spears from Gwendolyn Brooks Elementary. I would like to encourage any members of the board that have any personal or relational ties to Gwendolyn Brooks Elementary to excuse themselves from voting during this process.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's it. It's just closed session. Oh. Okay, adjourn to closed session, that the Board of Education adjourn to closed session to discuss the discipline, performance, or dismissal of Ms. Sharon Spears of the public body, after which action shall be taken. Roll call.
Fred Davis?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I need a motion. Do you have a motion? So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Mary Hack? Fred Davis?
Yes.
Vicky Sharon Faber?
Yes.
Harry Malat?
Yes.
Victoria Newport?
Yes.
Rick Smith?
Yes.
Howard Solomon?
Yes.
Okay, at this point in time, we ask that the boardroom be cleared so we can start the hearing. Thank you for all for coming.